ClubExpress Directories, searching for members. ClubExpress has several ways to search for your members. This includes ways for members to easily connect with each other, or for people to find your members who provide services to other members or to the public. This video covers the built-in member directory and business directory, and briefly introduces custom directories. The member directory allows searching for members of your organization and viewing information that each member wants to make available in the directory. Generally, this directory is accessed from a menu choice that is only shown to members, and the directory is available only when you're logged in. The business directory allows clubs and associations to display a directory that is generally placed on the public side of your website. It is specifically designed for organizations such as chambers of commerce, as well as business networking and trade organizations that want to share member information with the public. But it can be used for any type of organization. The business directory will typically be accessed from a choice on your public menu, but it can also be accessed from a button or link on the home page or any other custom web page or email. ClubExpress has also created additional customized directories for organizations that require special search fields and other unique features. For example, this directory was developed for an organization of psychologists. It allows the public to search its members and to filter the results based on items such as treatment approach, areas of practice, and other fields relevant to their specialties. If creating a custom directory is something that interests you, contact ClubExpress to discuss your requirements. We are currently logged into one of our demo clubs as an administrator. Before we look at the member directory, let's take a look at the options members have for deciding what information should be included in the directory. To view and update the information, mouse over your name when logged in, click the profile link, and select Standard Member Directory. This screen is where you specify what information, if any, should be available to other members. Most clubs allow you to control your visibility in the directory, and that's done using this first option. There are 8 separate settings, and you pick the setting based on which information you want to show to other members of the club. Note that if your members join through their company or professional organization, the choices will differ slightly. Let's say I want to show my bio, my email address, but not my phone number or regular address. I would select this option. The club may be collecting birthday and anniversary information, and you would enter them here. The club may also be collecting social networking links, so if you have a Facebook page, a Twitter feed, or another social network link that you want to share with other members, enter the links. The biography panel is like a miniature word processor. There are some basic formatting options, and you can also use this editor to create links, for example, to a personal website, and you can insert photos or images from your computer. At the bottom of the screen is where you can insert a photo by choosing a file from your local disk. The system will resize the photo automatically, but it's best to pick a fairly small photo. Make any changes here and click Save. Now let's take a look at the member directory as a user. The member directory has been placed on a menu that is only displayed for logged-in members, so that the confidential and personal information is only made available to organization members. There's a search panel where you can enter criteria, such as the text of the member's name or company name. The search results can also be limited by selecting from any of the available lists and fields. If your club or association supports chapters, a chapter selector may be available. Here we will search for members within 20 miles of our local zip code. When you click on Search, the results will include members who meet all of the criteria. If no search values are specified, all members will be displayed. Note that you can show or hide the search panel at any time. Note that regular members only see members who agree to be shown in the directory. Keep in mind that members can opt out of the directory completely. However, we're logged in as an administrator, and administrators see all members who fit the criteria, even those who have opted out. The system displays cards for matching members. If a map is displayed, members whose cards appear on the current screen and that have valid address information will be displayed as points on the map. You can click on the points to expand the information. Members with certain visibility restrictions may be geolocated in the center of their town for privacy. It's possible that all members may not be displayed on the map. The result cards typically include a photo, the member name, city and state, email address, and phone numbers. If you allow members to limit the information shown in the directory and a member has not explicitly set his or her visibility level, the system will use the default visibility configured in the membership directory options. The cards always respect the member's visibility settings, showing only that information the member wants to display. Up to 30 cards are shown at a time, and standard paging icons will be shown if there are more than 30 matching values. Along the bottom of each card are icons. The V-card icon allows you to download a file that's used to add this person to the personal address book on your computer. This file is in the V-card format, supported by most contact management and email programs. When you open the downloaded file, your default email program will prompt you with directions to create the contact. Or you can import the file into another program or send the file to other people. Note that the data in the file is also sensitive to the visibility settings chosen by the member. It will only include contact information that the member has chosen to share. If the club has enabled social networking links and the member has configured their profile information for any of these links, the appropriate logos will be displayed. When a logo is clicked, a new window opens with that member's public profile on the appropriate service. And if the member has entered an address of a website, clicking the website icon opens that page in a new window. Clicking the photo or the member's name displays the membership directory bio page. Depending on the club and member settings, the screen can show basic contact information, personal information such as birthdays, additional member data, and biography. There can be links that include the member's social networking sites, photo albums, blog posts, interests, achievements, and collectibles. So now let's look at how administrators configure the options for the member directory. When viewing any page in the member directory, coordinators and administrators can click the Edit icon in the Page Tools widget on the right side of the screen, or, when viewing the Control Panel's People tab, click on Standard Member Directory. The first option controls whether members can limit what information is shown in the membership directory, including opting out of the directory completely. Some organizations require members to be fully listed. If Allow Members to Limit the Information Shown in the Member Directory is selected, a new option appears to control the default visibility for new members. Note that the options shown in this drop-down list will be different based on whether members join through their personal lives or through their business and professional lives. When new members add themselves to the database, or when a new member is added by an admin, this controls the member's initial visibility in the directory. As seen before, members can override this default by visiting their profile page. There are options to control whether the primary member's nickname, date of birth, spouse names and date of birth, and a wedding anniversary can be entered. Some social clubs, community service clubs, or homeowners and condo associations track this information. Note that there is a membership info report showing all of these dates. You can also specify whether the year is included for dates in the membership directory display. When it's turned off, only the month and day are displayed, which is useful for birthdays. Enable social networking links controls whether members can create links in their profiles to popular social networking services, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. When selected, members can enter their ID for each service. The system will then display that logo in the membership directory screen. If you want the directory to show a Google map with locations of the member in the current page of search results, click the Display Map item. If this box is unchecked, only the cards will be shown. You can also enable or disable some of the fields in the search panel. For example, a local club might turn off searching by metro area or by state because everyone's in the same area. And the last two options control whether secondary or tertiary members should be included in the search results. So these are the configuration options for the member directory. For advanced administrators, there's a way to create a URL that, when accessed, searches with a number of options preloaded. For example, You can set a URL to include and display only members in a particular interest group, or who are in a particular chapter subgroup. Details about how to use this feature are listed in the help system. So search the help for Advanced Topic, Creating Custom Directories. Now let's take a look at the Business Directory. The Business Directory module allows clubs and associations to display a directory on the public side of your website. It is typically accessed from a choice on your public menu, but it can also be accessed from a button or a link on the home page or any other custom page. Note that this might not be called the Business Directory. As with most ClubExpress functions, the module itself and the menu choice can be renamed using the control panel's configuration and menu options to better reflect the club's use. So, for example, you might see it renamed as Partner Directory. Here we'll click on a menu choice. Similar to the Member Directory, there's a panel with search criteria to filter the results. Use the Search Text field to search for a value anywhere in the business description or business name fields. Select the business category from the drop-down list, then optionally select a business type within that category from the second list. You can specify a distance and a zip or postal code to find matching businesses within the specified radius of the center of that zip or postal code. You can specify any number of search criteria, and they'll be treated as AND conditions. For example, find florists within 3 miles of a particular postal code. Click the Search button to find all matching members, or the Reset button to clear all search criteria and start over. Depending on configuration, the results will be displayed in a map below the search panel, followed by either a list or grid of business cards. The list view shows the business logo or image followed by the name, address, and phone number. On the right are icons to jump to a detailed view, jump to the business's website, or send an email. The grid shows the same information, but in a business card format. Note that the list or grid view may show more results than the map if there are businesses who choose not to enter full address information. Also, a module option allows the map to be hidden completely and only list or grid view results are shown. In either view, clicking the business name or the details icon displays the same contact information, including a Google Map link, social networking links, and a detailed business description. There can be an optional languages spoken field and an optional special offers field. Immediately below the business name, users can also see a list of categories and business types assigned to this business. Each entry is also a link that can be clicked to other businesses in that category or business type. Note that no information from the member's personal profile is displayed in the business directory. Everything shown on this screen can be customized independently of the member's personal membership information. This allows someone to be a member of the organization, but to completely hide their personal data and only show what they explicitly want to show to the public. The business directory includes primary and secondary members within the membership. This option allows a business with multiple locations to list each location separately, and businesses can also hide themselves completely if they don't want to be included in the directory. There are 2 ways for members to update the information in the business directory. When a member is logged in, they visit their profile screen and select Business Directory. Or when viewing their detail screen within the directory itself, they can click the Edit icon. When this screen is first accessed, the system copies over the member's contact information, but everything can be changed to show different information. For example, the member may list the home address as part of their membership, but could list a different address for the business. A member who works out of her home could leave the address fields blank and only show a phone number and email address. Also note that this means that her icon would not appear on the map, but it would be in the listing below the map. The only required fields on this form are the business name, business category, and type. Users can select one or more business categories and business types from the drop-down list. When a type is selected, an Add button appears. Clicking this button displays the category and type below the list and shows a delete icon. If there's a limit to the number of listings, this information will also be displayed. There's a field for your website, and for each of the social networking fields, a test button appears when the value is entered. This allows the user to verify that the link leads to the correct opening page on each social network. Depending on your organization's preferences, additional fields may be available. For example, languages spoken might be listed, and the Special Offers area allows you to define any special deals or offers for the members of your organization or even the public. For example, 5% off your order when showing the Balloon Club's membership card. Show in Directory controls the overall visibility. A member's listing will not show in the business directory if this box is unchecked. Logo or image allows users to upload a company logo or any image, for example, a photo of their storefront or an award they won. Description allows you to enter a fully formatted description of your business, the products and services you provide, your mission or values, the populations you serve, or really anything that would help you communicate with a potential customer or client. Click Save to save this information and return to the profile screen, or cancel to return without saving. Note that when you're viewing the details screen, if you are the primary member and you also have secondary members under your listing, you'll see a second icon allowing you to edit the information for each secondary member. Also note that secondary members can log in with their own accounts and access the business directory Add Edit screen from their profile screen. Secondary members are useful if your business has multiple locations that you want to display in the directory. For example, in a chamber of commerce, a florist might have more than one store that needs to list each location in the directory. This is done by defining a secondary member for each location. The member record could be the manager of that store, but the directory needs to only show the store's name and location. This approach has the added benefit of ensuring that the manager of each store is notified of chamber activities when blast mails are sent out. Now let's look at how the business directory is configured. There are two ways to manage the business directory. Administrators and function coordinators can click the business directory in the Control Panel's People tab, or when viewing any screen in the business directory function, select the Edit icon in the Page Tools widget. The grid shows business categories into which each business can be organized. The system includes a standard set of categories that you can choose to use or hide completely. Check or uncheck the Show System Categories to display or hide them. Each category can include one or more business types. Click the Add Category button to create a new category specific to your organization. A standard category dialog is displayed where you specify the name of the category. In the Maintain column, an Edit icon appears for non-system categories where you can edit the category name. Click the Business Types icon to display a list of business types within a category, and optionally add or edit non-system categories. Check or uncheck Show System Types to view or hide system types. Click the Add Business Type button to add a type within that category. The Maintain column will include a Delete icon for business types that are defined by your club or organization. The Delete icon only appears for user-defined categories, and then only if there are no business types under that category. The Reports button lets you select from reports grouped in several ways, and the Export button downloads a CSV data file that can be opened in a spreadsheet or database program. Click the Options button to display a form showing business directory options. First, select the singular keyword for the business. Results format shows how display results are shown below the map if it's enabled, in a list format or using a grid display of business cards. Select Yes for Show Map and Results to display a standard Google map with each matching business indicated with a clickable icon. Note that if a full address is not specified, some matching businesses will not display on the map, although they will always be listed in the grid or list view under the map. Use System Categories determines whether the built-in system categories and business types are available to be selected and used for searching. For a Chamber of Commerce, the system categories should be fine. For a highly specialized trade association, you might want to hide the system categories and specify only your own categories and business types instead. Set the Show Language Spoken option to Yes to include these fields in the member's profile and in the search results. This field is useful for retail establishments and a chamber of commerce, where it's important to let potential customers know what languages are spoken. Some organizations use the business directory as their primary directory and opt to show the members additional member data and/or the members' interests on the detail page. The maximum categories option can be used to limit the number of business categories that a member can select. Set it to 0 if there is no limit. Use search radius choices to define what values will be available to users who want to search by radius. A chamber of commerce might allow all options within 5 or 10 miles, while a national trade association might enable options as wide as 500 or 1,000 miles. Use the Allowed Members Type list to define which member type should be included in the directory. This option is useful if your organization has a mixture of member types, some of which represent sponsors who should be included in the directory. Other types, such as family or staff, can be excluded. Click Save to save your changes and return to the Business Directory Manager, or Cancel to return without saving. As with a member directory, URLs can be created that displays the business directory with predefined search parameters. For example, you might want to highlight a particular category of business using a special link from the home page, or businesses in a particular area of the country where the annual conference is going to be held. Details for creating the URL are also in the help system. So now you have seen how to make it easy to find your members by using and configuring the member and business directories. Remember that if your organization needs specialized directories, you can contact ClubExpress to discuss your requirements. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.